Jessica.
Okay, so I just have one tip to add to that as for something for you to move your business forward, and that is just to be really careful whether you're your own best friend or your own worst enemy. Because the biggest tip I can ever give you is what you say to yourself. And for those of you who really struggle and like to beat yourself up, do buy the book that says what to say when you talk to yourself. Do get that book. I thought Darius will look it up for me, I'm sure. I asked him nicely who actually wrote it. But be careful of your language. If, but, might be, perhaps, I'll try my best, or hope so, hopefully. All these things don't let your body behave well. So what happens is we have the neurons in the brain which actually make the body behave in a certain way. So when we actually deal with uncertainty and we start to say, well, hopefully I will, I'm going to do my best. Can you imagine how the body behaves when you're not giving it clear enough direction? So you do need to add the power of certainty to what it is you're doing, to say, and really, what could you say instead of if? So when somebody's going, so when you book a party yourself, when you book a facial appointment, when you agree to see and we'll chat about the career, then you give yourself the gentle nod as you go along. People, as we said before, find it really difficult to turn you down when you said, oh, yeah, this is what we're going to do. So when you do things, not if, but, what can we say instead of but? However, so when we add the word but to a sentence, it means that there's bad news coming, and the other person starts to then go down and think, oh, what's coming next, what's the catch? So when you say, oh yeah, but, it's like, so however, we're adding value to what we're saying. We never say might be, we say when I do this, this will happen. The body, even should you not believe it at this stage, it doesn't matter, because the body will start to behave in a way that it's going to be more successful. Think, act, talk, and become the status level that you wish to be. And make it today the level you're going at. Make it today that you change the way you speak to yourself and eliminate the negative language. No hopefullys, no perhapses, when it's going to happen. And the saying that goes along with that is you set your goals in cement and your time frame in sand, because no matter how long you are going to get there, when that is what you want to do, will you do that? So let me just ask for a little minute, who is going to Jamaica? So stand up, let me have a look at you. Now, let me just say, look at these ladies here, Jamaica ladies. Now, every one of them, apart from one, I'll come to you in a minute, they are all elite presenters. So when you take a look at where they're going, and they're going on the 5-star cruise to Jamaica, sailing out from I said Hawaii before, it's Miami, isn't it? Maybe that's another trip we'll put on, Hawaii. Then, this is the key to it, building the business to be on the cruise. Now, what about this lady? Where do you sit in all this?
I'm a blue status presenter.
Oh, a blue status presenter. And what do you attribute your success to?
Just my team, really. I've got some good girls in my downline. They're makeup artists. It's about getting together, about coaching. I do events, I do parties. I always do cash and carry. Constantly talking about unique. Yeah, just all the time, really.
Fabulous. So have you got loads of people, thank you ladies, Jamaica ladies, have you all got somebody that you'd like to talk to when we have the break in a minute, somebody that you've never met before that you're going to spend a little bit of time talking to in the break? now that I've introduced you to all these people, would you say? Have you? You can talk to me as well if you like. Well, here is not Jamaica, this is the West Indies, and I thought it would be very remiss to not thank all the people in our business, because the second trip was to actually ring to the West Indies in February next year. And we are very, very privileged with the amazing business we have, that Darius and I will be representing the UK together with Claire Cowan, who was the first black presenter in the country and picked up the $10,000 check in Utah. And there was actually just the 2 presenterships that achieved to go. So thank you to you all for doing that. I've put to show the little things in this company that mean a massive amount to me. I've actually put our invitation, this is actually for Chicago, we're going on a black status yacht on the dinner cruise, and with fireworks over the Chicago skyline. Wow. And FedEx in the week came our invitation, and I've put it in on there for you to have a look at, just to show the difference that this company makes in the little tiny touches. So already with Utah, going to Chicago, to Miami, then Jamaica, and then to be so privileged out of the 20,000 presenters in this country that 2 presenterships will actually be going to the West Indies. So just thank you all so much for everything that you've done. Okay, now we are going to have a break in a minute. I just wanted to go through, for those of you who are interested in taking a look at home parties, just to remember that it isn't necessary to do them. It's just that lots of people are getting the bulk of the sales from doing home parties. Anybody done a home party yet? Oh, lots of you. And would you say that the sales are far greater than anywhere else? Yeah. We've had 600. Anybody done more than 600 at a party? We've actually had £1,000 parties, but we're averaging between £300 and £600 at home parties. So even if you did 1 a month or 2, or you don't need to do any at all, that's what I love about the company, the freedom to make a difference. So I thought for those of you who were interested, then we might just have a quick run through about what a home party is. And again, all you girls who've done them, do feel free to chip in as you go. It's all about the timing. When I first started doing parties and I had 3 young children, I used to get home about 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning, because that was my social life. So I'd do the party and pack up and out of the day. However, that wasn't good business. So I do like to be in and out of a party within 2 hours, to set up, arrive half an hour early, have a 2-hour presentation where I'm packing up and I'm gone. So that, let's say I have to do an 8 o'clock start, by 10 o'clock I'm packed up and I'm away. So the timing is all important. Your presentation, your introduction, the way that you actually time the event is really important, and you shouldn't be talking and passing the product around any longer than about 40 to 45 minutes, because the bulk of the business comes in the hour that you spend networking with the guests at the end. So when you can allow a good hour and people want to talk to you, and you can then show them what they need for the look that they're trying to create, then you'll find that that's where the bulk of the business comes. So you have a good hour talking to the guests. So you arrive half an hour before, and what you'll see on the display here is that what I'm going to feature to demonstrate will be higher. So that the products that I am featuring will take centre display. I always want people to trial things as well. So I know that there was a girl in Scotland actually, and she put on all her things and in catalogues, do not take presenter copy, and on your products, do not use. That's useful then. So that's not going to actually get us any more business when we do that. So it has to be a real free-for-all for people to trial the things. And we've got quite a few people now that actually lend 4 or 5 products out at any one time for 48 hours, get them to trial them, and then they come back with their orders, so that your products are always working when you're not. And that's another way that you can still have a life outside of that, by lending a look, especially in the small kudos bag from last month that you can put 2 or 3 products in there, not your mascara obviously, but your other things. So you set your display, you look at what you're going to feature. I've actually put on the top of my case there the Pucker Up collection, and that's the one that I'm going to feature people to buy. You never need to worry about what people can afford, because that's not your decision to make. We've all got a different amount or a money to spend, but equally we all have different priorities. For many years when the children were small, I didn't have a drink at all. And I think it was about 21 years altogether I never had a drink. So when I got a taste for rosé wine in more recent years, it didn't matter whether it was Echo Falls or Lambrini or whatever it was, it didn't matter, I just liked it. So for me, I would have no palate for a really lovely bottle of rosé, although I have learned to love Pinot Blush now, that is my very favourite. But if it's £8 or £20, or some of these wines are hundreds of pounds, it would be lost on me. However, give me a pair of shoes and tell me where they are, then I'll be able to tell you where they're from. So that might be something that I would spend money on, and some of you would rather get all your shoes from Primark or New Look or whatever and have 10 pairs instead of 1 pair. Now, it doesn't make me a bad person, or you, it makes us different, but we all have something that we prioritise. And even in the war years, going back to Winston Churchill, he never rationed lipstick. He wanted the ladies to always be pretty. Won't get away with that these days, would it? So, therefore, don't decide for people. The prices are as they are. Can't do anything about that. So look at the collection, look at how much people are saving by buying it, and the look that they can create, and allow them the decision to buy it. Always feature your collections, and should they not want to spend £79 and £30 is within the budget, fabulous. But it doesn't alter the fact that the £79 would be a better bet. They're choosing not to have it, and therefore you can keep in touch with them because fortune's in the follow-up. So therefore, what they don't get from you that day, you'll arrange another time to speak to them that they can add more product. Have you any idea how many millions of mascaras we've sold in 2.5 years, and a second mascara has never been bought? And yet, the main reason is that every quarter, nobody's ever asked them. I had a lady from Blackpool in the week that didn't know where to get a second mascara from. So, what can we do about that? By looking at our customer service and our follow-up. So always start with a wish list of products of what people want, and then arrange the time to be in touch with them again, albeit for an online party, even just to buy from the website, but certainly to add to the collection and replace what they had, because we've got a consumable product. Okay, so back to the party. The timing is everything. Look and feature on your display one of our collections. We start off with a 10-minute introduction, and we remember that we're there for commercial reasons. Should we be a television station, we would be ITV or something similar, because we make our money on commercials. And therefore, what you say at a party is to stimulate the interest for someone to book another party or to become a presenter themselves. And should you go away with fewer sales, but 2 or 3 more bookings and another presenter, hasn't that built your business? There's no point taking £1,000 and having no more business to go to. So what is the quality of your commercials to make people want to see you again? Beginning, middle and end, what we tell people last is what they remember most. So therefore, how do we wrap up our presentation when we're with somebody? Are we actually saying, so when you think about it, the last thing they might try might be a lip stain or a gloss. And therefore, is that really what we want them to buy? So we must wrap up at the end with the 3 most important things and say, just to recap on all the really fantastic things we've done tonight, and thank you so much for joining in, I just would like to remind you that this Hooker Up collection, at £79, this is what you get with it. You also get the carry bag free, and these are the looks that you're going to create. But more important than that, let's say that's a little bit more than you want to spend tonight, that's fantastic, because why not book a party yourself? And then, let me show you how you can get some of that free shopping and half price. The best dates for me to fit into my diary, well, free anytime, then are these, and it would be really fabulous for you to consider having your friends around at this time, on these days. But best of all, because we are experiencing hyper growth in Unique at the minute, and we are coming on to the best season of the year, I really can't cope with the demand for the product, and I'm looking for somebody who either would like to earn some serious part-time money or even look at some life-changing career opportunities, because we just cannot cope with the demand. So anybody who would like another £100 a week or more, please speak to me after, because I'm just looking for somebody like some of you lovely ladies today that would love to make some life changes. And that would be my last sentence, because that's what I want. That's why I'm there. I'm not bothered about selling any product. But, you know, all I want is some people to talk to about the business. That's where I'm going. So make sure that your close is powerful. Make sure that your opening has in it things that you would say about the booking and joining. Usually at the beginning we call it an infomercial, and that's a 1 minute or 2 minute story about you. And then you're able to say, this is my story. I'm a young mum at home, didn't want to go back to work, blah, 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 whatever your story is. Who else in the room here today is a young mum at home, stuck and would like to get out a couple of nights a week? So, there your leads for your next presenters, because you're asking the questions. Who is this? Anybody going on holiday in this country this year and they're really happy with that? Because I've got some beautiful parts of the country here. Anybody like to go abroad that isn't? Fabulous. So could we have a chat perhaps, and I could show you a way of you being able to take that holiday abroad with Unique? Would that be something we could consider? So, leads, they're not going to join, not all of them. Some of them will, but I'm looking for 10, because from the 10, 3 will see me and 1 will join. But nevertheless, by asking the questions, I'm getting my next leads to the next recruits. So, feature a collection. The introduction is in 5 parts. It's really your own story, who you are. People want to know, who are you? Where are you from? What do you want? So therefore you can just do that in a couple of sentences. A little bit about the company, 2.5 years old, brother and sister, designed to actually help sexually abused women around the world. So the profits have started a foundation. We're really lucky that as well as having luxurious products that work, designed to work where nature loves science, we get the very best ingredients to make fabulous products. And you go from the company onto the product, but then onto your commercials. In order to carry on marketing this fantastic way, I'm really looking for people who'd love to see me again. Now, you'd all love to do that, wouldn't you? So, for those of you, and I know some of the ladies haven't been able to come along tonight, so perhaps you'd like to host a party yourself, or even book an online party. In exchange for that, and letting your home for a couple of hours, you are going to be able to take advantage of fabulous free shopping and half price product. So the best dates for me are these three. So consider, as I'm going through, for those of you who'd like to do that, these dates will be ideal. And as I'm just looking around now, I can see that when I started, I was like, oh, it's really scary talking in front of all the people. But as you can see, I'm going to pass the products around now and allow you to try them, and really you can interact with all the product range. So is there anybody here who perhaps would like to earn another £50, £100 a week, and that would make a difference? Because I am looking for just 3 people, ideally, in, do you know anybody in such an area, whatever I'm going to? Because it would be amazing for me to be able to get a presenter in that area to make a difference to their life and lifestyle. So have a think. I will give you a recommendation as well, that should you be able to refer somebody to me who becomes an active presenter, I'd love to give you £25 of unique products free. So have a think about that as well as I'm going through who could do what I'm going to do. Really easy, sharing the product, talking about that, and I'd love to reward you with some more of our product. I think you could consider doing that as well. But without more ado, let's move on to our product range, and I'm going to start off with some of our fabulous skincare. And then I can move on to the product. So 5-10 minutes at the beginning. You can do a game if you go on partydivas.com. There's lots of different games. You can do a game to break the ice, have your icebreakers in there. And then you will pass around. For those of you who don't want to do a makeover, you can, if you wish, choose to go with half your own face done and then match it up, or one eye done and one eye not. You can do that. Or you'll go with your full face on, depending on what you're comfortable with, and pass the products around and show them how good they are. Make sure you take plenty of wipes so they can wipe it off when you show them, for example, how to mix the pigments, how to use them on the nails, etc. How the pencils stay in place, and work through a makeover but feature the products on the collection that you'd set. Okay? So that would be really the overview, and I know that some of you feel that you don't have enough product maybe for home parties, and I know that I've tried different ways. I've done 7 trips to the car with different things and set up product in every room of the house because I've got that much, I don't know where to put it. And I've also been out with 5 items, and I can honestly say it makes not a scrap of difference, because people have an amount of money to spend, and when you haven't got enough product, you need to utilise the catalogue more and make sure that you get yourself 10 catalogues so that you can give everybody one and you can talk through the catalogue and show them what you've got. And if you don't have the shade, you'll still have one of them so that you can actually show them the quality. And of course, you've got the Love It guarantee. So, lovely Kirsty over there, who is going to tell you a bit more about how to get business outside and offline later on. She's got lots of laminated things for your home parties to show around. She's got badges to attract attention. She's brought catalogues for you. And I've brought a selection of unique products as well, which you're very welcome to have at half price. Now, when you get them at half price, you might then get a few more things that you need for your table. Should you not see the shade that you're looking for on the table, then ask, because I have got a box underneath. So it could possibly be that I'll have it. So I'm not promising everything, but there's a few things in the line. So we're going to have a break now and another drink. Please